All of you. Okay, so as you now know, the recording is in progress. Um, and we just want to welcome you so much to our WorkWell 101. And to get us started, I want to introduce my colleagues who are here on the call and doing the magic both behind the scenes and in front. So that's that weird picture of me. Um, as you can see, I don't always look like that, but I'm Deborah Friedman, Assistant Commissioner for Workforce Engagement and Innovation here at the Mayor's Office of Labor Relations, and part of my responsibility is overseeing WorkWell NYC. And I'm joined by Heidi Bear. Heidi, you want to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
Our Citywide Wellness Coordinator, and Dr. Ebony Brown, our Engagement Coordinator. Ebony, you want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello. So Ebony is going to be the magic in the background, making things happen, but also available answering questions in the chat. So I'm glad we got that worked out. All right. So one of the things that is really challenging in this day and age is we're always multitasking, going from one thing to another. And so it's sometimes hard to be present. And one of the tools that we have in our repertoire that we carry with us and use every moment of every day is our breath. And what's remarkable about our breath is while we just do it to survive, it also can help us thrive and get centered, present, help us manage stress, anxiety, etc. Doesn't make them go away, but it helps us manage. So to get present here and right now, let's all take 3 deep breaths in and then exhale with sound. And I'll be the only one you hear, but and depending on where you are, that is possible. But let's just do it together, everyone. So let's breathe in and exhale. Again, breathe in, exhale. Breathe in and exhale. And just that pause, not even 30 seconds, can hopefully give you a sense, a moment of peace and a moment of clarity where we can then move forward. All right. And again, this is available to you anytime, anywhere. You're in a angry situation. Before you respond, take a breath. You're distracted, confused, etc. Take a breath. It's a really powerful tool. And we also have a breathing meditation video on our website. If it's something that is a little bit longer, it's a 3-minute that can help you sort of breathe through. And it's just an amazing tool. Okay, so let's get started. So first, in addition to hearing from you in our chat, we also wanted to have you can take a poll to help us understand who's in the room in terms of their knowledge and experience working with WorkWell. So these are some examples of, and actually, Heidi could, I'm sorry, Ebony. So have you participated in any of the WorkWell activities? So some examples is we had last fall our Let's Move and what used to be called September walking challenge. We're just wrapping up our flu clinics. We have our digital and on-site fitness classes. We've had a meditation bus in the past. We had our September block party and health fair at DCAS or Under the Arches at Center Street a few weeks ago. We had our Harlem Hospital Hurdles event where we had our book club talking about running in New York, running while Black in New York. So please let us know. Have you participated in any of these WorkWell events? Okay, well, what do the results say? Wow, we have like a 50-50 split. So about 53% of you said that you've participated and 47% have not. So that's great. And so we will go through the range of different programming that WorkWell has to offer. And then there'll be an opportunity towards the end for you to tell us what seems most interesting and what might be missing. What might you be interested in moving forward? So together, I keep saying to get us started, but I'm sorry. We wanted to share a video that presents in 2 minutes what is WorkWell all about. So go for it, Ebony. Nope, not hearing it.
Let me unmute myself. Apologies and see. Did that work?
City that never sleeps
Yes.
leans on employees like you to keep it running. WorkWell NYC is the free workplace wellness program benefit for all city employees. Our mission is to empower employees like you to live healthy, active lifestyles at work, at home, and beyond. We take a holistic approach to wellness with workplace activities and support systems, accommodating our workforce of over 350,000 employees at every stage of your wellness journey with free resources and flexible programs. In collaboration with city agencies and municipal unions, WorkWell NYC develops accessible health promotion programs in 5 distinct areas. Take Action focuses on prevention and knowing your health status with free on-site flu shots and disease prevention and management programs. Eat Well concentrates on eating to optimize your health with nutrition workshops and healthy eating challenges. Move More centers around being physically active with on-site and digital fitness classes, gym discounts, and movement challenges. Be Well supports mental health and resilience with stress management and mental health webinars. And Project Build addresses health equity and social justice with educational webinars and our employee art showcase. WorkWell NYC offers a supportive community for busy people working to improve their city and their health. To keep up with our upcoming events, visit our website at nyc.gov/workwellnyc. And join us on Instagram at WorkWell NYC to see how fellow city employees live healthy and active lifestyles. Let WorkWell NYC be your guide, because a healthy and happy employee makes for a healthier and happier city. Together, we can build a culture of health.
Hi, it's Mayor Eric Adams. I encourage everyone to continue to participate in WorkWell NYC and invest in your health and wellness. We're going to make NYC employees the healthiest public service workers in the country.
Thank you. So 2 minutes or less, that's WorkWell. And we love seeing Eric Adams, who has been a tremendous ally of WorkWell since he was borough president, and he's talked much about his wellness journey. And so one of his most recent acts of support for WorkWell is signing an executive order, which just happened on October 28th. So you were amongst the first to learn about this. It's really hot off the presses. And basically, what the executive order provides for is a recognition that city employees, next slide, please, that city employees are, that we recognize and commit as a city to support the health and well-being of our employees. And that WorkWell NYC will continue to be the worksite wellness program for all of us. It's no longer just maybe. We've been sort of in a pilot status for many years. It also sets expectations for agency leaders to also commit to the worksite wellness. And I'll talk more about that as we move forward. We'll also be committed to working with our municipal unions and our health benefits program, our various programs, so that we can ensure that we're supporting employees through all of the different avenues that they are able to get and receive healthcare, education, benefits, etc. And then also to keep us accountable, we'll be reporting to a deputy mayor on an annual basis. And you'll be getting the slides and the recording of this webinar following the webinar with other resources. So you don't have to worry about taking notes, but the QR codes here and the links if you're interested. All right, next slide. So WorkWell started in 2016, and those who could do the math would recognize we are approaching our 10th anniversary in 2026. And we were created to help create workplaces that would support employees living their healthiest active lifestyles, recognizing we want to reach people wherever they're at. So if you can go to the next slide. And so we do this in a number of ways. we know that, many of us know what it takes to stay healthy, but it's not that easy. And so we want to find easy ways for folks to get healthy, whether it's providing services at the work site, education through our emails, using social media, again, using emails and newsletters and things like that, so that there's opportunities or like webinars that are happening. We have, and I'll talk about the range of programming, because we want to help those people who are at risk limit their risk, those who are already dealing with chronic and other conditions to be the healthiest they can be, and those who are already doing well to stay doing well. And each one of us needs support in different ways. We recognize we spend many of our waking hours at work, and so we want to be able to leverage the work site to be able to offer all of these different programs. So we are working both at the individual level, providing individuals with information and services and exercise classes, et cetera. But we're also, as I mentioned around the executive order, working with agencies, leaders, and a variety of leadership in how do we make the workplace a place that promotes and supports the health and well-being of their staff. And so this is going to be the challenge moving forward of how do we continue to support our work sites so that we can have the healthiest workforce in the nation, which was one of the goals that the mayor had put out a few years ago, as well as also to be a preferred provider, employer that people want to come because it's a good place to work or continues to be a good place to work. Next slide. So just going a little bit deeper into our programs beyond what was in the video, as you heard, we have the 5 different buckets. So, okay, I'm sorry, yes, we have to go to our poll. So before we talk about the specifics, let's take a guess at how many programs were offered in the last 3 years. So let's put the poll up and see our choices. Were there 70 programs, 36 programs, 175, or 140? So this wouldn't be the actual number of classes, but the different types of programs since the Adams administration came in. Okay, let's see the results. All right. So whoever said, the 40% of you who said 140 are right. We have run 140 different types of programs over the last 3 years, and always looking to grow and expand and find new and different, as well as also making sure that we are recording these educational webinars so that even if we're not offering a program this year, let's say on building healthy habits, we have a fabulous video from last year that's available on our website, so that you can always go into any, well, maybe not all the 140, because some of those were in person, and that we can save, but all of our digital programming is available online. All right, so next slide. So as mentioned, we have Move More, which is our physical fitness. And one of the things to look forward to is in January, we'll be having another movement challenge to get us started in the new year. We also have both in-person fitness classes at different agencies that our ambassadors can apply for. We also will have discounts. And on the next slide, you'll see this is our digital fitness class calendar. You'll see we have classes every single day, early in the morning, in the evening, and including on Saturdays and Sundays. And these are open to you. I know we have folks who have their partners, their children doing the classes with them, especially I think it's the Pilates on Sundays that get some kids involved. And so it's a great opportunity to fit wellness into your life wherever it fits. And you can do it from wherever you are, whether on a computer, laptop, iPad, iPhone, or other kinds of devices. So please join us. And again, it's free. And it's a live instructor. So there's a person on the other end. And you can do a camera on or camera off. All right, next slide. These are the discounts. And so these are different gyms or physical fitness programs that are offering discounts to city employees. We don't solicit them, they come to us. So if any of you belong to a gym that wants to offer a discount to city employees, just have them reach out. That's how some of these places have come in, because city employees were members and said, hey, I can get you access. Just offer a discount. So please have them just write to the WorkWell inbox and say they wanted to be offered, and we can get them on our list. As long as obviously they're a legitimate business. Next, we have our other health discounts. So as you know, the mayor and others have been really moved by becoming a vegetarian and having their lifestyle. And so plant-powered Metro New York is a resource for folks to help learn about plant-based diets. And they have a variety of different programs that they offer discounts. Meal Pal, I believe, is a food vendor, and Weight Watchers also provides a discount for their program. Okay, next slide. Speaking of Weight Watchers, we also have our Eat Well program with healthy eating. And so in addition to the traditional education programs, we also have an In the Kitchen cooking series with one you'll hear about later coming up in November that has the opportunity for you actually to watch a chef and engage with a chef who's cooking online, which is really helpful. And I've always learned new tricks and tips about either like how do you cut that pepper without getting the seeds everywhere, and how do you use different spices instead of salt, and it's a really wonderful community building program as well as learning. Next, we have our Take Action bucket. So I don't know if by reaction, how many of you received your flu shot at a workplace clinic, but it would be great to see. So maybe use your react button with a thumbs up or whatever, whichever kind of thing. All right, I got a couple. So that's great. Again, this gets to, we want to make the healthy choice the easy choice. So whether it's getting your flu shot at work, or we have a cohort to help folks who either have diabetes or at risk. Let's Bring the Sugar Down. That is just going to be wrapping up in December with 400 people enrolled in 3 different classes, a cohort of folks learning to take care of themselves. The other is the hypertension program that's coming up in February. Once you're on our mailing list and you get our e-blast, you'll be able to get notifications so you can sign up. Each July, we remind folks how important hydration is. It's important all year round. And then we have our wellness block party. But again, you'll have the opportunity to also share what you would like to learn more about. And then next, our final bucket. I'm sorry, second to final bucket is our mental resilience. You know, we know you can't separate your head from your body, and our mental health is as important as our physical health, and the two are completely intertwined. So we recognize that life is hard these days. There's a tremendous amount of stress, burnout, just challenges getting to work sometimes, and just a lot of unknowing that we're all faced with. We have a new administration coming in that for some is really exciting, and for others, it's like, what is that going to mean to me? So we are here to help support, just like the little breathing exercise we did at the beginning, to help give you tools, not that's going to eliminate the stresses in your life, but to help you respond to it. And so again, we have many programs that we do live, whether webinar or at agencies, and then also have a variety of education programs, as well as our library of different programs available at any time. Now the final, next slide. No, I'm sorry, our employee assistance program. So one of our sister divisions within the Mayor's Office of Labor Relations, where WorkWell is housed, is the New York City Employees Assistance Program. This is a really critical group of licensed professional mental health counselors with a variety of different backgrounds who provide education, counseling, and referrals. And they support not only city employees, but also the families. And it's however you define your family. It's your partner, it's your cousin, it's your niece, whoever needs the help, they're there to help you. And so please use their email address, their phone number. And if you're not really sure what you need, but you need somebody to talk to or just to ask questions of, they are a tremendous resource. They'll also help connect you to a counselor if that's what you're looking for, who's part of your health insurance, who accepts the city's plans. So please reach out to them. They are really a tremendous resource. And they can also help if there are issues at your agency. So not only at the personal, but also at the work level. We've had them step in when there's, God forbid, tragedies of somebody passing away or an incident in a building. And they're there to support the team getting through that, as well as providing trainings for supervisors, for staff, etc. So, okay, we can go to the next slide. Our final bucket is our build, which is our, oh, we don't even have the definition here. So this is my challenge. Building understanding, inclusion, leadership, and diversity. Am I getting that right? I always mess it up. But what the point is we recognize that all of our identities make up who we are, but it also impacts how we get access to care, how we experience different health-related situations, and that we need to both acknowledge and learn and celebrate and learn about one another. We as city employees are the greatest resource that the city has to offer, and it's really critical that we work in community with one another and celebrate one another. So some of the activities we have done to launch this is a range again of seminars and trainings, other community resources that are available on our website. But we also have our Artist Life, where we celebrate the artistry of city employees. It's unbelievable how incredibly talented our employees are, whether it's visual art, performance art, spoken word, literary artists, filmmakers. It's just incredible. And so each year in June, we've had a presentation at a local gallery for folks to see and celebrate our employees as well as performances. And lots is getting planned for our upcoming Artist Life this year. And you'll be getting notification because the art submissions will begin in January and learning more about our theme. So, if you go to the next slide, you can see some examples of, this is work of some of our artists from last year. And you can, again, click on the QR code or go to the link to learn more about what the incredible programs that we had last year. So before I hand it over to Heidi, are there programs that you're interested in attending based on what we talked about? Are there things that you would like to learn more about? Or, gee, I didn't see anything on X. I would love to see that. We would love to get your feedback. And again, it's very informal. Just put it in the chat. You can either send it to everybody or you could just send it to the panelists if you want to do it anonymously to everybody else. But we would love to get that feedback. All right. So as you're doing that, if I can pass it over to Heidi and she can begin talking about how to get involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Now that you guys know a little bit more about our mission, the buckets, and touched on many offerings we have for you, since you've known about us, some of you know about us, some of you don't know about us, so we have a 50-50 split. So some of you may be saying to yourself, awesome, how do I get involved? For others, this is a refresher. So we have a plan for that. The champions, becoming a champion takes interest and an application. These things are found on our website. We'll talk about that a little bit more. The champions are the heart and soul of our programs. They bring incredible enthusiasm to our programs. They volunteer with us. They work with us on our biggest tent poles is what we call them. And they share their enthusiasm about our programs and share their passion with their colleagues and help us get the word out. Next slide. The ambassadors. The ambassadors are essential. I can't say enough about our ambassadors. They are just fantastic. They're essential to our programming and our principles and bring the culture of health to their website. They often work with a coordinator here at WorkWell to bring agency-specific programming to your work sites, and they know how to access our resources in person and virtual. And remember, all this is free. So ambassadors do this work of a volunteer and bring very great programs to your work sites. So they're very important. They're the people that can request the workshops from us. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. Who is my ambassador? Well, guess what? Next slide. We got good things for you. We have a Find Your Ambassador map. So if you want to, you can go to the map and you can look on the region where your office is and hopefully find your agency. Ambassadors aren't at every agency, but you'll be able to find out if you have one at yours. And then you can find out how to get in touch with them, which is great. These contacts have virtually every ambassador in the city, this map does, and we've made it easy for you to locate them. Thank you. Next page. Okay, so on this page, we're sharing the link to our workshops. Some people are sort of familiar with the workshops that we have and some aren't, but this is a really good link that you can follow. If you see a program or workshop you like, and you've found your ambassador, let your ambassador know, and maybe be ready to help get the word out about any event you might be thinking of hosting at your work site, or any event that you see sort of publicized at your work site. Next slide, please. All right, well, executive wellness sponsors. This is a new program for us in the past couple of years. And these executive wellness sponsors help support wellness at their agencies, and they're committed to prioritizing wellness and helping create and sustain employee wellness and a culture of health. Next slide, please. All right, so here's a couple of links. You're interested in being a champion, or you're interested in being an ambassador. You can go to these links and see it will link to an application. The application you can fill out, and that we will receive that application, and then we will get back to you about the next steps. All right, the partner program, something near and dear to my heart. Some of you are from partner agencies, which is great. So thank you for joining us today. The partner program is one of our core programs and is comprised of agencies who are ready to make a commitment to creating wellness programs and creating a wellness community at their agencies. Ebony and I are citywide coordinators, and we meet with partners regularly to provide support and help them access grants, create programs and events that are free and accessible to people at their agencies. All right, next slide, please. So now you might be saying to yourself, this is too good to be true, or I want to know more. Next slide, please. So here's our website. At this website, WorkWell NYC, you can find out all of the information that you need. You can find out upcoming events. You can find out information on Weight Watchers, mental well-being, so many other things. It's a really, really great website, and it's very robust. Next slide. All right, another way to stay connected and help us get to 5,000 followers is our Instagram. So thank you for staying this long. We will have a poll at the end of this, so please stay. Next slide, please. All right, upcoming events. We have some upcoming events. We have November 20th in the kitchen, one of our most beloved webinars. You can register to find out more about how to savor the season. December 2nd, ending the HIV epidemic. In partnership with New York City Health, we will have a discussion with those on the front lines to learn about transmission, diagnosis, and more. Next slide. Well, we have 2 more opportunities for you in December and January. Let's Bring the Pressure Down, an 8-week program that will help you understand how to potentially decrease your risk for heart disease and stroke. So make sure you look out for it in your inbox. We send out monthly emails from the citywide email inbox, and it will have a WorkWell reference in the subject line. Also in January 12th to 25th, we're gonna, January, Veganuary, let's move more with this movement challenge that we're working on. This movement challenge is made to be inclusive of everyone. All right, next slide. All right, so what's next? Next is that poll I've been talking about. The question is, how will you stay connected with WorkWell NYC now that you've invested about a half hour of your time today? How will you stay connected? Will you follow our Instagram page, visit upcoming events page and sign up for an event, or sign up to be a wellness ambassador, champion, or executive sponsor? All right, look at this. We have a lot of people that say, it's also multiple choice, but pick whatever you like. We have a lot of people saying that they will visit the upcoming events page and sign up for an event. That's 85%. Thank you, 85%. And 26% will follow the New York City Instagram page. You guys are going to love the Instagram page. It's very fun. We have some very, very fun videos, and I guess they call them reels. All right, thank you. All right, so be the first to know. Join our mailing list. I mean, our mailing list is really the mailing list to be on if you want to be included in exclusive invite-only offerings. Thank you. Next slide, please. Connect and explore. So now you've known about our Instagram page, you know about our website, but we also have LinkedIn, YouTube, and Vimeo. And on YouTube and Vimeo, we have some of our past webinars. We also have workout videos and a whole lot more. Be Well videos, meditation videos, as Deborah mentioned earlier. So feel free to explore those. Next page. All right. Now we're at the Q&A portion. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I really appreciate it. Gosh, we have almost 100% hang in. So thanks so much. I know that some of you had raised your hands earlier. If you want to raise your hand and you want to speak, I can bring you in here. I see that Marilyn, you have your hand raised. Would you like to speak? I can allow you to talk. I'm going to turn this on for just a minute. Okay. Marilyn, you can now unmute if you have a question. Okay.
There's an accident.
Okay.
Was there somebody else with their hand raised? Because otherwise there were some questions or feedback in the chat. So I just want to speak to some of that. I did put some in there. So one was a question about gym discounts and whether spouses are eligible. It's really up to the agency, the gym, how they implement their policy. They might ask you for your work email address to verify eligibility or your work ID. And my sense is that some gyms are stricter than others. If they can get a whole family in, they'll do it, but they won't all. Another question was about financial and pension counseling. As Heidi mentioned, we have our Road to Retirement webinar coming up that will help you understand what the different processes are. And we have people from NYCERS joining, deferred compensation, employee benefits, and also really important of what are you retiring to? How do you mentally and socially get ready to retire? And so that's coming up. And they'll also have a lot of resources. So I would recommend, even if you can't attend the webinar, to register for it, because it will also be recorded and all of the information will be shared following the webinar. I put a link into the chat for the financial empowerment centers, which they are available throughout New York City to provide financial counseling in a range of different possibilities. So I know we've had a lot of programs on public sector loan forgiveness programs, and the financial empowerment centers are a great resource for that. And then also the new DCAS summer program that's also available for that. And then finally, those who are participants of the deferred compensation plan, they also have financial counseling that are available and very affordable. So those were some of the questions I saw. I know I saw there was a request for vision boarding, a lunchtime vision boarding, rather than doing it in person in the evening, if there's something that could be done during lunchtime. And Heidi, correct me if I'm wrong, do we have a toolkit that talks about how to run a vision board program at your agency? Did I make that up, or do we have?
We might. I'll check on that. And
Okay.
if so, I will email it along with the recording of this webinar and the
Yeah.
presentation.
Sure. And I see there is a comment about many of the events are in Manhattan. Are there plans to offer programs in other boroughs? And so absolutely. One of the things that we have requested is when agencies host in-person sessions at their agencies, workshops at their agencies, that they make them open to others in their community. So that, for instance, in Long Island City, we know we have a hub of folks working. Many of the programs that the health department offers is available to others who work in the area. Part of our challenge is both finding locations that will have us and then also having enough people who can come. One of the things about Lower Manhattan and downtown Brooklyn is you have tens of thousands of city workers, so there's a concentration. But we hear you, and we are continuing to find opportunities to do work in other boroughs. So the financial empowerment centers, maybe Heidi, we can put that in the wrap-up email. Rather than something having to scroll. Oh, I see. Never mind. Heidi put it in already.
Yeah.
Each of the gym discounts for the gym membership is different. We're not allowed to negotiate with any of the gyms. They have to come to us and they're offering whatever they're offering. So each one you have to. You want a Julia class in Long Island City. We all want Julia classes. I understand that Julia is actually had a health issue, and so she's going to be out for a few weeks. So we'll look forward to welcoming Julia. And for those who don't know, she is one of our fitness instructors. We do have a Julia video that we'll be releasing hopefully in the new year, so you can dance along with Julia. And she is a rock star. We did have an in-person Meet Julia event in one of the rec centers. And oh, actually, somebody had asked about the New York parks. And so the city parks recreation centers have amazing programs all over the city, and their pricing is very reasonable. I'm not remembering offhand. I just know when you're over 62, I believe it's completely free. And I just turned 62. So that's why that was the date that I kept in mind. But I think otherwise it's about $100 or $140. And many include pools. It's a wonderful resource. Folks asked about knitting, scrapbooking, gardening, and sustainable living. So these are all interesting potential that we can see how we can fit in. I know during the pandemic, OLR had a fiber arts program where basically it was just people gathering, talking digitally, talking about their interests and sharing what they're doing and teaching one another. So sometimes it's not a program we can offer citywide, but we can help our ambassadors and champions find ways of developing programming at their worksite or across their agency, which might make more sense. And then you can have the geographic spread as well. Are there other questions or hands raised, Heidi?
I don't see, I'm going over to the hand raising, but I don't see any other questions in the chat.
Great. So again, just a reminder that we'll be sending out the webinar recording, the slides. Please feel free to share them with your colleagues, post them on your internal websites if you have access to that. Oh, wait, I just see a question about, does WorkWell provide packages for events? So ambassadors do have the opportunity to participate in a grant program on an annual basis. And often what they're requesting is resources either for a class, a teacher, or other events that you might be happening to have incentives. Holistic pain management, that's a great idea. I think we did something a long time ago, but again, I don't remember. But obviously we don't remember, so maybe it's time again. Okay, great. And also we're looking for different ways of doing it. Not everybody's into a webinar, or can't come to an in-person event, or doesn't want to read a blog or listen to a podcast, or, so we're trying to find different ways, and the social media reels is yet another forum that we're trying to change. So great. Well, thank you all. We so appreciate you and all that you do for New York City. As I said, the city employees are the greatest resources, and we truly make New York run, and we so rarely get the credit for it. So I thank you. Know that we see you. We appreciate you. What you do matters. So with that, I'll pass it to Heidi so we can get your feedback.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. You're the best. You're just the best. And you're the reason why we're here, plain and simple. So we're going to run this last poll. Please answer if you can, if you'd like to. How would you rate the overall quality of this program? Single choice. Great. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. It looks like the answers are coming in right now. We're going to share the results. Good, very good, and excellent. Well, thanks so much. We really, really appreciate you guys, and hope you have a lovely rest of the week and weekend, and see you soon at one of our events.
Yeah. And stay warm, stay dry, and happy holidays and happy end of year. Okay. Thank you, BB. Thank you all so much. Great.
Stop the recording now.